What is up, everybody? It is Wick here. I am out doing some sourcing, going to garage sales, hitting a rummage sale. At this garage sale, I see some tools I'm looking at and just trying to find some things I can flip on eBay, make some money. Here's a box. It's a DVD VCR combo and a VCR. $10 for the box. And they do end up working. I think I've already sold them, actually, these particular ones. So not a bad deal at all. It says she didn't know if they worked on there, but like I said, they did. You always take a chance when you're buying these, but when you're getting them for $5 a piece, you can always resell them for parts if they don't work and get your money back and make a little bit of money. So that's why I'm picking those up for sure. Some more kind of loose tools here. Some saws, some kind of okay things. They just don't resell great on eBay, so I'm not really interested in those.
Okay.
Yarn, I'm not a yarn expert. I'm sure there's some really great yarn to pick up. There was, I'm not sure what was in that box. I didn't catch it. There's a knife set. Of course, some knife sets can be worth hundreds of dollars. Even the knife blocks alone can be $200 or $300 if you're finding the right ones. In this case, again, that was just a cheap set. And here we have an eBay printout, I believe, for some silverware. Always a bad sign. Not interested in that. I think I'll just get out of here with my DVD VCR combo player and VCR. This sale ended up being amazing. We got some sort of Hot Wheels set over here. It was only $2. Turns out it's worth, about $75 complete. So I do end up picking that up as well. Really don't like setting them up and taking pictures and stuff like that when it's $2. But check this out. This is a phenomenal find. I see this 1950s model boat motor, and it was only $1. And I've got this piece here, which I've already sold that piece for $60 without the motor. The motor alone is worth quite a bit. We'll talk about that more in the haul. But if you ever see any of those, always pick them up. And even this little sewing machine toy was $5, and I just sold that for $70. So was glad I picked that up for $5. And when you start seeing stuff like that at sales, the other stuff can be great as well. And I picked up some more of the little items here, like that little camera and some other things. But go over here to take them to the table. There's a sailboat there, which I wish I would have paid a bit more attention to. I Google Lensed it, and from what Google Lens was telling me, it was worth like $150. I think she had $50 on it, and I just ended up passing on it. There's a radio there I picked up as well. There's a hat, which I didn't show in the haul. It was actually shown in another haul video, but here's a glove. I see this camera here, and it's what was it, an AE1, and she's showing me the price there. What was it? I can't even see. $10 I think I paid for the whole thing. It's a $200 plus camera setup with the lenses there. And yeah, I'm not sure, if Google is showing me the right sailboat there. It's just so big, I ended up passing on it. But the radio back here was $5. It was plugged in and playing music. So I decided to pick that up as well. I sold that hat as well for $70. It sold pretty quickly, so not a bad pickup on that. And another hat here, which I'm pretty sure was nothing. But here we are. I'm in a rummage sale now, and didn't get when I first came in recorded because, I don't know, the glasses weren't turned on for whatever reason. But I have a Carhartt in the bag that I saw right away when walking in. Probably saw it sticking out there. And just checking out the toys, trying to find a deal. Got all these bag toys. I'm just hoping there's some vintage figures or something. Did not see any, but lots of stamps over here, and I forget what they were priced. Not high, but more than I really wanted to pay. Not done well with buying stamps. I remember buying a bunch at one point, and it was just kind of hard to move them. I sold them in a big lot. Didn't make a whole lot of money, so it's a little bit tricky, at least for me, because I don't know what I'm looking for. But lots of shoes here as well. Unfortunately, lots of the good looking shoes, when you looked at them closer, were in bad condition. But if you do enjoy these types of videos, always hit that like button for me. I really do appreciate you taking the time to watch them. Over here, we got some random electronics, mostly kind of off-brand electronics. It's not really worth picking up. Or they had problems, like here's a DVD player. I think there's a VCR here as well I passed on because it was just very beat up and dirty. Didn't have the remote, and it wasn't a great model. Some sort of bag here. Oh, here's this ink. Didn't they have $25 on this? So sometimes at these rummage sales, you find stuff priced very cheap, like the Carhartt jacket I got. And then they have ink over here, which the ink might have been worth $25. I don't think it was a good model of ink. So did pass on that. Looks like a cheap projector. All kinds of little things. Tools over here. A wrench set, which was just another no-name brand that I saw there, really. If it would have been like some Craftsman or something, it probably would have been worth picking up. I don't know what it was all priced. But yeah, rummage sales, always a mixed bag. Speaking of bags, here's a Adidas backpack, kind of a unique design on it. I think it was $1 or $2, so I pulled it in the bag. I got a puzzle in there, some other stuff you'll be seeing in the haul part of the video, of course, where I show you everything I found. And if you don't like watching me shop, you can always skip right to the haul. I'll show you everything I found and how much I expect to make on it. Checking some hats before I get out of here. Actually, the second time that day checking the hats because I checked them pretty early going into the sale. Just didn't see anything. Seems like I found a Wii case here, though, or a Switch case. I was hoping there'd be a Switch inside. Of course, there wasn't. And if you took the time to go through all these clothing and pick out some of the better stuff, you could probably make some pretty good profit. I'm mostly looking for cool vintage stuff right off. But I go into this Goodwill, and I find this Bose system here. I threw it up on the cart, and when I'm just checking it out to make sure it's what's in the box. And I'm seeing a speaker that is not Bose in there, so it's got me worried. But the subwoofer's in there, and there's just a random speaker in there. I don't know if Goodwill put that in or what. Some of these satellite speakers, which are pretty good, they're in there. Can always sell those, part them out, and yeah, I've already sold the cables in there and got my money back, so it's all profit going forward. So that's why I love to buy the Bose stuff if I can get it cheap enough. Paid $40 for all of it, but let's go to the haul. I'll show you everything I found today. This is a good one. Got some very unique sought after items. Ended up going to a rummage sale and a couple garage sales. One of the garage sales was very good. At the garage sale, I got this set of vintage. It's a Hot Wheels service station. I looked this one up, and some complete I saw selling for $75 to $120. I don't know if this is complete, but just some of the parts I saw selling, for $2. I'll be able to sell what's here for at least $50. If I can determine it's complete, I'm going to price it at least $75. Below it is something I don't know if I've picked up before. I don't think so. But when I saw this Kebab, I'm like, oh, this is good. Maybe it was in a Bolo video or something. I doubt it because it's not worth that much. Look like complete and good condition in the box like this. I should be able to sell it for $50. Paid $7.99 for it. I was hoping it was new because anytime you find something like this new in box, it's always worth quite a bit more. So up here on the table, I picked up some Dr. Martens industrial boots. These do not have much wear on them at all. I did pay up a little bit for them. I paid $25, but I saw some comps anywhere between $50 and $100 for this style of boot. So hoping when it's all said and done, I can make $30 or $40 on them. Here is a great hat. This is a Cincinnati Bengals Sports Specialties Pro Line hat. Actually quite clean. And currently the only hat I could find that looks exactly like this is priced $350. It doesn't mean it's going to sell for that, but looking at the comps over the past 3 years, I did see one where I saw a few selling anywhere between $100 to $150. So I know I should be able to sell it for at least $100. Since the only one listed is $350, I think I'm going to price mine like maybe $250 just to see if it sells for that price. You never know. What I do know is as soon as I list it for $250, I'm going to get messages every day. Many of them lowball offers because anytime you put vintage hats or clothing like that on eBay, people just really want a better deal. This is a good pickup I got at the rummage sale, $2 for this Carhartt jacket. Now, I picked up at a garage sale a Carhartt recently that was also $2. It looked almost exactly like this. This one has a red lining, which is a bit more rare. In better condition, I saw this jacket selling for about 150 bucks. This one has some fading. I don't know how well it's showing up in camera, and some wear. The other jacket I did auction. I think it sold for $68 and something. So pretty good for paying $2. I don't know if I probably won't do an auction on this one. I think I'll just start it at $100 plus shipping. Sometimes overseas buyers buy these. They'll pay up for them. And if it doesn't sell, I can always lower the price. Said it many times before, right? And I also got this to underneath for $2. This is like a acid wash vintage denim coat. I just picked it up because it was $2. It's Expressions, which isn't a great name. I do think there's some profit in it. Somebody will probably buy it, but I can't really estimate more than like $15 profit on that, I don't think. But not bad for the two jackets for sure. At that nice garage sale, I picked up this Canon AE1 camera. These are great. It's got all the accessories. Now, it was outside of the bag and away from the bag, and there was another camera bag that had $50 on it, so I was assuming this was going to be $50, which is still a fair price to pay. You can still make good money. But it was one of those cheap early 90s digital cameras. Apparently, she just thought since that was a newer camera, it was worth $50. That camera was actually worthless. This one, I can probably sell all this for at least $200. I might be able to get $250. There's like 4 lenses in here, even some new film. I don't know how good the lenses are going to be. Of course, it's got the paperwork and everything in there. So at minimum, I'm going to price it $200 plus shipping. Let's go back here. I got this weather vane thing. What are they called? The name escapes me. It starts with an A. But I like them. I like the way they look, and I like this old chrome look. And it is older, but it's not super old. It was $4.99 at Goodwill, and I bought it because I thought, well, maybe I'll put it on the mantle with some other stuff. I have a metal airplane right now, vintage, that would maybe complement this well. I don't know. I liked it, so I bought it. I could sell it on eBay, I think, for $20. Maybe $25 plus shipping. Some of the older ones, like the brass ones, they can go for hundreds, but if I end up not liking it, I'll sell it. Below it's a pretty cool pickup. I got this Bose Acoustimas, or is it Acoustimas? Anyway, it was in the box. I don't have the box in here right now. I took it out of the box to put it on the table and check everything. But it's got the satellite speakers, it's got the subwoofer, it's even got the back panel for the subwoofer. It looks like it's still new in the package. These things are too much of a pain to ship it all together, I find, so I like to part them out. I just parted out a Bose similar to this, and it's selling quite well. So this one, the speakers, I think I can sell a pair of 2 speakers. I saw selling between like $50 to $80 for 2. It's 5 speakers. Subwoofer was around $100 for that. And over here, if you can see down here on the floor, all the speaker cables, and these are, only work with Bose. Well, I don't know if they only work with Bose, but they're official Bose speaker cables, which some of the cables I've talked about with Bose can sell for, $40, $50 a cable. It just depends. Even $100 I've sold Bose cables before. All these, I couldn't find a lot of comps on, but I did see where I think 4 or 5 of those cables sold for $50. So I'll get my money back. I paid $40 for all the Bose stuff. I'll get all my money back just in the cables for sure. And then once I part it out, sell the rest of it, I'll make some good profit. Got some good electronic deals. Got this Sony radio for $5. She had it playing at the garage sale, and I thought, well, I know it works, and I do think it's old. I think it's 80s. It is in just crazy good condition. Even the back looks so clean. I'm like, oh, this is definitely a reproduction. But looking up the model number, I'm seeing some selling for around $50. And they all say vintage 80s, so I'll have to double check, but I do think this is original. It's just very clean. Then we got a Toshiba DVD recorder. I think I could sell between $100 and and maybe $140 on this. Has the remote. I also got a combo unit with the Magnavox. How many times have I had those on the channel, right? They sell great on eBay though. $80 to $100 with the remote, tested, working all day long. Then we got a Zenith down there, just a VCR. I paid $2 or $10 for both of those, and they said untested on the box, and she told me that they weren't hers, so she didn't want to guarantee they work, but she suspects that they work. And I buy these things, $5 to $10 a piece. I can sell them for parts, always get my money back and still make a little bit of money. So no risk really buying these, even if they don't work. But the VCR is like a $30 to $40 VCR at most. But adding up the stack of electronics, going to be some great profit. So inside of a thrift store I stopped at, I got this wireless doorbell. It had $5 on it, but everything was half off in the thrift store, so I only paid $2.50. Looks like it was on eBay for about $30. So now let's get into some of this really cool stuff. Pretty valuable stuff too. This is a power mite made by Ideal. They make these little battery operated power tools. I'm not 100% sure if they actually, I guess they kind of probably do tool work, like maybe the saw actually cuts little pieces of wood. I don't know. But you see this opens up and there's all kinds of tools and accessories in there. Put the batteries in there. You can plug the power tools right here in the front. Got the blueprints, the instructions, and some of these I think we're selling for like $25, $30 by themselves. I paid $50 for all of this, which I'm hoping everything works because that's how I'm going to get the most money. This stuff's not worth a fortune. I don't know if I'm going to part it out or just sell it as a lot. At that garage sale, I picked up this $5 metal K&E Sewmaster. Just bought this blind because I figured it was worth $5. Looks pretty good. $35 to $45. I saw some comps for the pink one. I also got this little fire wagon. It was $1. I can't find a name on it or anything. It's not cast iron like what you usually see. It is older, but I don't know where it comes from. If anyone knows, you can let me know, but not sure what that's worth. But I also picked up this for $1, and this is huge. This is a vintage outboard model motor for like a boat, a model boat. Some of these from the 50s. I knew it was worth $1, right? And I'm thinking, boy, this could be something that's, worth $50 to $100. People are looking for these. When I first looked this up, I started seeing comps for in the thousands. I think there was one even for 7,000. It was like a holy grail one. It wasn't the Johnson. And I was like, oh no, this is this is really good. And then I narrowed my search down. Still really good. Saw some of these selling for, between $300 and $400. So this one looks to be in pretty good condition. Looks like I can hook it up to a battery and see if it works. If it works, it's definitely going to be good money. But since this is rare and desirable, I'm going to price it $400. I think it's going to sell. That's great for only paying $1, right? And I also got this for $1. Now this one doesn't have the engine, but it's still a base. Couldn't find an exact comp for this, but I saw some, with the actual engine still selling great. So I can't imagine this not being worth, $50-ish since the other pieces are worth that much. Seems to be a lot of this stuff from the 50s. The motors are really good, so keep an eye out for those for sure. Also picked up this mini camera. It was $1. I didn't know anything about it, but when I looked it up, it turns out these are actually real cameras that take photos, I guess. I guess you have to have special film or something. Maybe not, but that's the way it sounded like with some of the listing titles. Anyway, this is a hit mini camera. I saw some selling between $25 and $40. Got the case. It's in good condition. I'm going to try $40. Here's a garage door opener. Genie. Some of these are good. Should be to sell this for, or not $100, I wish. I have sold them for $100 new before, but should be to sell it for $20 to $30, I think it was when I looked it up. I can't even remember now. I also found this watch, which really cool looking. I was really excited to see it. I'm like, ooh, this could be good. It was $2, so of course I just bought it without looking it up. Saw some of the 3-year history on eBay. It looks like they're selling between $20 and $50. So I think there was only one on eBay that I saw priced at $50. I'll probably come in at like $40. And then I picked up this for $1. It's a Simpsons watch. I didn't know these came from Burger King. I wouldn't have picked it up because I knew it wouldn't be worth it, but probably not worth selling on eBay, but there it is. I have it now. And I also got this at Goodwill, $2.99. This is a Hot Wheels Stegosaurus monster toy of some sort. attack pack, I think they're called. Unfortunately, missing the dart, but that's to be expected. That's where the real money would be. Still, I think this is between $15 and $20. So really cool piece. I just wanted to have it. Probably still sell it though. I don't care if I make that much money on it. I just like finding and selling those types of things I like. Here's a vintage Wilson glove that was $5. Couldn't find this exact one. I think it will sell pretty good between $30 and $50. I'll probably price it $50 just in case it is a good one. Got this Adidas bag at the rummage sale. Sometimes these Adidas bags can be pretty good. This one I couldn't find the exact one, but I bet you I could still sell that for at least $20, $25. Got some books here which sell between between $30, $35. For a quarter, I got a Stephen King Dark Tower book. Getting the whole set, you can make a good amount of money on it. Sealed Disney puzzle, I picked up for $1. Sometimes these are really valuable. This one, not so much. Still make a little bit of profit on it. And I picked up this vintage NBAopoly game because I didn't know what it was worth. It was also a quarter. Turns out it's not great either. But adding up everything on the chair, there's still some profit there. But there it is, everybody. That is my haul for today. Some really cool items, right? Sometimes it just takes one garage sale to make the whole day. If you enjoy these types of videos, hit the like button for me on the way out. I'd really appreciate the time you take to do that. You'd find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, flipping_junk. And this has been Wick. Till next time.